Hello, this is Ashee from Crafting with Ashee and welcome to this video. This is the card I have to share with you today. Isn't it cute? This little bunny having fun in the rain. Just so sweet, I think. I really like it. So let me show you how I made it. So I'm going to set that one aside and I'm going to bring in a scrap here of basic white cardstock and I'm going to bring in all my stamping stuff. This is the stamp set, Playing in the Rain. And we're going to be, last time we used the bunny here. This time we're going to be using this little foxy, and we're going to use again the rain clouds and the raindrops, puddles and the umbrella and all sorts. So let's start to build our little scene. So I've got my little foxy here and I'm going to stamp him a Memento Tuxedo Black because I want to colour in using the Stampin' Blend alcohol markers. So let's stamp a little foxy around there. And we're going to cut out this little panel, so don't worry. It's not going to stay just like this. Okay, there we go. There's a little fox. So let's clean up so we can take our block, take it off our block. I'm just using a simple Stampin' Chamois. Okay, let's put that there because we're going to be doing quite a bit of stamping. So let's put this one back. I'm going to take out our rain clouds and I'm going to stamp again in Memento. And then where should we have our rain clouds? I'll have them directly above like that. Something like that. That looks good to me. Hope it looks good to you. And then what else shall we do? Let's do some puddles. I think I could do with a smaller block for my puddles. So let's have a look and see. Where's my puddle? It's just a small little thing here. So this block will do fine. I just keep some blocks here in my filming station in this little tub. It's very useful. So firstly what I'm going to do before I actually do that, I cut out a mask. So I stamped it on some masking paper and then I just fussy cut it out. And I'm just going to peel away the mask from its backing. Just like that. And now this is repositional, so it's not going to harm our stamped image at all, but it's just going to cover it up and protect it so it doesn't get damaged by any other stamping I'm going to do around. And this just allows me to stamp around but keep this always looking in the foreground. So there we go. Lovely. Let's do some puddles. Let's do one here. And I'm going to just sort of change the block around a bit. That should be enough, I think. I don't need to be flooded out with puddles. Okay, and then last but not least we're going to stamp some raindrops. So let's get our raindrops out. And we're going to move now to some balmy blue ink. So let's get that nicely inked up. And then we're just going to have some coming down, and this is really where the masking comes into its own. This is going to protect our critter so he doesn't get covered in raindrops. Okay, I think that will do. So I'm going to set that aside and I'm going to bring in a piece of basic white that measures 14.35 centimeters by 10. This is going to be my insert. I'm just going to do a bit of stamping on the one side here. So let's stamp. I'm just going to have some raindrops coming down the side. Like that. Okay, so close, get rid of that. I'm actually going to bring back that puddle. So I think I'm going to do a few little puddles here. So let's close up our balmy blue ink. This one is stiff, I'm not sure why. If it is stiff, all you need to do is just take a little bit of candle and run it along the runners and it will run smoothly again. I need to do that there. So I'm just going to stamp a few puddles. Oh, I didn't stamp. Just like that. And there we go. And that will be my insert. So now we're going to colour everything in, as I said, using the Stampin' Blend alcohol markers. And I'm going to show you the colours in a second. Just let me tidy up my mess. And I'm going to bring them all in here so I can show you what I used on my previous one. Okay. On this one I used my Real Red and Cherry Cobbler, Balmy Blue, and then Smoky Slate. So I might add an extra colour this time, Daffodil Delight, and I just wanted to show you here. So easy just to lift the mask back up, and there is our little critter, all safe. And I just keep them. So let's start our colouring of this little critter, and I'm going to start off colouring the puddles here. And I'm going to use Balmy Blue ink, and as you can see I'm going in with my dark and then my light and just alternating between the two until I've built up the colour that I'm really happy with. Now I'm going to do the clouds, and I'm adding my dark grey, and then I'm adding in my light, and then I'm going to blend it out actually using the colourless blender, you'll see, but I'm going to first let it dry. Now I'm doing my umbrella. And you can see here I'm using Real Red, and I'm going in again with the dark and the light, and then I'm using some Daffodil Delight just to do my little raincoat and hat. And then for his tail I'm going to be using a little bit of Cherry Cobbler and Cajun Craze. And you can see here I'm just going in alternating the colours as I go until I build up something that I'm really happy with. Now you can see here on the clouds I've gone back with my colourless blender, and then our little critter is coloured in, and isn't such a cute little image? I love it. Hope you do too. Okay, so I've coloured in my little image. Isn't it cute? So now we're just going to cut it out using my trimmer. Now there are matching dies here that you can cut this out with, but I'm not going to do that now. I'm just going to have it as a one layer, so I'm just going to cut, and I'm not really thinking what I'm cutting, I'm just doing this by eye. There we go. We're going to want some at the top here as well, like that. And then I'm looking at how big my insert is, and this is bigger than the insert, so we need to cut something off the ends. So let's cut that. Let's see. Maybe there. And that's what we're left with. I have a bigger piece of Real Red. Looks very funny colour on the camera, I have to say. It doesn't look like Real Red at all. But anyway, let's cut out a piece to map this on. Let's see how much we cut this down to. So we cut this down to 8 by 12.85. So we're going to cut our mat down. I always go half a centimetre up. So we're going to do it to 8.5 centimetres by about just under 13.5. Something like that. Let's have a look and see if that's going to look okay, and it is. Perfect. Alright, let's shift all that away. Let's start to build our card. So let's stick this down to, take the lid off, stick this down to our Real Red using some seal. Eventually I've started to use the right name and not calling it snail anymore. Okay, so there we go. And then I have a piece of Balmy Blue cardstock, and we're going to stick our insert in. This is a standard A6 card base. That's an A4 sheet cut in half and then folded in half. And then I'm going to put the insert we stamped inside. Isn't that cute? And then for the outside, I've put another piece of basic white, the same size as the insert, through this raindrops embossing folder. It's lovely. I love the way everything matches. And then we're just going to stick this down to our card base. There we go. And then I'm going to stick this panel down on top. Just somewhere like that. Okay, and then I've got some rhinestones, and these are the iridescent rhinestones, and we're just going to use this as some finishing touches. I'm just going to scatter them around. I love these because they are iridescent and they're just so pretty, the way they shimmer just like they would in the rain. Oh, I don't really want it on the ground. Let's put it there where there's that little smudge. Okay, so there are my 2 cards. Isn't that a lovely set of cards? Which critter do you like better, the little foxy or the little bunny? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, I'd be grateful if you could give it a thumbs up so YouTube know. And please don't forget to subscribe to future videos. If you want any more information about the card, the measurements, the supply list, etc., it's all on the blog post on my website. And the links to that and all my social media links are in the description box below. So thank you again, and until next time, enjoy being creative. Bye!